Everyone, welcome to Thursday Night Live Chat. How are you all doing? Let me check I am live and everything is set up. So, give it a second to register. Yes, there I am. I always laugh because I always then hear myself on my phone. So, right, let's get started. We are on Thursday and it is such a big week this week. So if you didn't see, hello, hi Seti. If you didn't see, I have had the webinar this week for Step Up and Align with Money, and that was on fire. So if anybody wants a replay of that, please let me know. But super exciting, I've launched the new Awake. I keep getting my words mixed up here. I've launched the new program, so it's a 12-week program, Awaken the Abundant You, and that is available now. There's a fast action available too, which is on offer for tonight, so make sure if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Someone's just joined as well. Pop a comment in, say hello. Let's see who it is, and let's get a card going while people join. Now tonight I'm using Work Your Light cards from Rebecca Campbell. So I love this deck. A little bit harder to read if you're new to it. Sometimes the messages are very soul driven, and that's what I'm going for tonight. Because as well, not only have we got the webinar is being done and is out there and the replay's out there, the doors are open for the new program, but we also have, let's not forget, a massive full moon that was yesterday. The energy is still around. You might be feeling it now. Hi Oswald, hi Christina. And it is big energy with this full moon. This full moon is coming to the close of the Lionsgate Portal. Now, if anyone remembered that portal that we had back in November, it was the 11/11 portal, and it was the start of the Lionsgate Portal. And it was just huge energy about transition, growing into who you want to be, becoming that person that you want to become. And then we are coming up to the 2222 or something portal, which is on the 22nd of February. So it's 222 and then obviously 2022. So big energy. And this is coming to the end of that Lionsgate cycle. So it's all about now, all of the learning you've taken from the last few months, all this transitioning you're doing. And now it's about flourishing into who you want to be. Not holding yourself back, but thinking, who is that person? And that's completely aligned with what we're going to be talking about tonight. So this card is a good one. We've got Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Now, this is perfect because what I've been talking about this week is money, obviously. And I've been talking about this for a while because what I've found in the job I do is that people want to manifest these most amazing lives. They want to have all this freedom. They want to be able to work the hours that they want. They want to have a business that fills them with passion. And to do all of this stuff, they've got to eliminate quite a series of money blocks. So if you're wanting to live a life full of financial freedom and have choices, that comes with a level of financial freedom. As well, when it comes to opening a business or starting, you've got to start to charge your worth. You've got to step into charging people money for your services, and that can bring up money blocks in itself. As well, when you're wanting to work so many hours through the week, like only maybe cut your hours down by half, or even just work a few hours a day, because we are massively programmed to work hard for money, we need to let go of that. We think about these desires that we want, and there is so much around the money that we need to shift and clear to be able to set us up for what we want. And I feel this is where this card is coming up this week. What is triggering you? Who is triggering you? What conversations have been triggering you? And it might be all this energy around actually to have those dreams and to have that big life. I need to get my money mindset right. I need to step into that abundant version of me. Because when we talk about money and when we talk about abundance and when we talk about desires and living this free life, Some of us who, you know, are really stuck in that way of that woman anxiety around it and that guilt and that shame, it triggers. It's like, no, I can't have that. Who am I to want that? Who am I to do this? And that's where we've got to get over this triggering feeling. So this could be the talks that we've been having around abundance. It could be an internal battle that you've been having with yourself around your own mind, triggering different thoughts, especially around this full moon. Could be really, really big. So think about what or who has been triggering you, because it's a mirror back to yourself. So whoever's been, I've just had a bit of an aha there as well for something that's been triggering me. So think about that. What has been triggering you? What has been coming up? What is that feeling that you've been getting? Because that is what is the energy you're putting out as well. And sometimes there's tweaks and changes to be made with that. So think about that and think about how this card could have been playing out for you. Now, if you haven't listened to the podcast yet, what I did the podcast on is what would you desire or what would you have if you had the money? And that tends to be one of the ways that we move through life. You know, when I have this money, I'll be doing this. Or if I had the money, this is what I would want. This is what my life would look like. So pop in the comments anything you've been thinking of. You know, if I had the money, what would you be doing? Let me know what comes up for you, and let me just have a little drink. I've got loads of ice. Loads of ice in my drink tonight, so it's a bit hard to drink on a live, but all fun. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. so pop in the comments, what is it that you would be doing, having, being, if only the money was there? I would love to know. Let's get that as a starting point. Let's see what that is. Because I was writing an email before, which was really funny. So I was writing an email before about the new course and the fast action bonus running out today. And I was writing in there that how ironic it often is that to step into this abundant life and to step into this abundant way of being and to move out of our wealth mindset, often we need to have the faith in the abundant mindset to make that leap. And I'll go through what I mean by that. But often we're trying to be something and trying to become something, and it takes that level of, right, I am just choosing to do this, and this is a real abundant mindset shift to be able to even take the leap in the first place. So I'll run through this. Casey's saying a new car and a house fixed up, amazing. I could say yes and only need to check my calendar and not my bank account. Love that, Christina. That is so true. And this is the shift that we tend to need to make. So when we're in a lack mindset, we're always thinking of when I have this, I will do this. When I have this money, this will happen. When I'm able to do this, or when the money shows up, or when some miracle comes in, I will be able to have that. Or we'll say things like, I know it's coming, it's gonna come, it's coming. And what we're doing is we build up so much resistance between where we are and the thing that we want. And actually we're saying that, you know, we can't afford that yet. When I can afford that, that's what my life will look like. That's who I'll be. That's who I'll step into. Oswald's saying, fix up my family house, lovely. Not having to worry about day-to-day expenses yet. And Casey saying yes to Rachel's next class and not worry about the bank account. Yeah, Casey, I love that one. And this is the thing. So when we're in that lack mindset, what we're doing is, remember, thoughts create. The basis of manifesting, the basis of stepping into who you want to become is your thoughts are creating your reality. So when we're constantly thinking, if I had the money, I would do that. If and when I would be able to do this, then what we're creating is that distance between the thing that we want. We're always putting that barrier between it because we're saying thoughts are creating. So we are creating this reality. We are creating this barrier between where we are now and where we want to be. And until we start to shift that and start to step into the abundant mindset, That barrier is always going to be there. That money isn't automatically going to show up without you changing something within you. We always look, especially with money, outside of ourselves. We constantly look for ways for it to come in, ways for people to show up with it, magical ways that it's going to just suddenly attract to you. And money seems to be one of the biggest disconnects that we have in manifesting, because we can manifest all these amazing miracles. We can manifest our guides and our angels to show up and give us feathers and assign a sign, manifest a penny, all of these things, which are just the same thing. It's just a different way of looking at it. Your thoughts create. That is it. You think it, you can have it. But what gets in the middle is all the bit in between. So there's the thing that we want, and then there's the bit in between where we're saying, actually, I'll have that when. I'll have that when things outside of me change. I'll have that when my situation changes. But the way to make your situation change, and the way to change that, is to flip your thinking to the abundant mindset, which is looking for opportunities. So an abundant mindset instantly lifts you up. It instantly puts you in a different vibration. It's saying, I am going to do this. So let's see opportunities for how it's going to happen. I am committing to this. So I know the money's there. I know the money's coming. I know that there's opportunities to see it. And what happens is, when you lift yourself up into a different vibrational state by saying, this is happening, it's just a matter of seeing how it's going to happen, and let the universe bring it, and feel into that energy of the excitement and the expansion and the desire, and knowing that it's coming. And then you get the light bulb of how it can happen. Then you get the door open for this money to show up. Then you get the door open for something wonderful to come your way. And it literally takes the shift up first for you to be able to see all these opportunities that were there for you. You just weren't at the right level to be able to see it. So when we're looking down here and we're looking at the lack, we're just not at that bird's eye view going, yes, I can see all the opportunities. I've lifted my vibration. I know it's there. I know it's here for me. Let's see where. Let's see how amazing this is. And often it takes that leap of faith to initially jump into that. It takes the shift and the mindset to go, yeah, that is my life. Who am I becoming? And what happens when you have that abundant mindset, you don't think about, right, how am I making this happen? How can I plan this out? How can I do this? Because now I don't know the how, so now I know it can't happen. And that's the problem. We get stuck on the how, and the how tells us there's lack. The how tells us, no, we can't have that now, because we can't see all the hows. What you've got to do is rise up and go, yes, this is what I want. Let's open myself up to opportunity and see the how. Let's open myself up to see what that next step feels like, to move into that and have that bit of faith. And sometimes it is that leap of faith to go, actually, yes, I know this is happening. I know the money's there. I know this is working for me. So let's see how this is going to come about. Let's get excited about the opportunities that are coming. Let's get excited about the way things are going to turn out for me. And who do I need to become to bring that into my life? Not how do I make it happen? Who do you need to become? Because in the shift, so from your lack mindset to your abundance mindset, there's a shift of becoming. You are becoming this abundant person. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings are rising up. They are stepping into this new way of being, this new way of looking at the world through opportunity, through different lenses, through everything is an opportunity of growth and money flowing to you. It is completely different, and we've got to learn to step into that before it all comes, because it's not a case of being here and then wishing we were here, because then you're always wishing, and wishing just creates the gap. It creates the resistance. So when I was writing the email, it really struck home how ironic it is that I'm asking you to commit and invest in an abundance course. And to do that from a lack mindset is the people who need the abundance course. You have to have the faith that the abundance is going to come, or the faith that the abundance will work out, or the faith that you are worthy of spending that money on yourself, because often that's the blocker, that you have the money there, but you think, well, I'm not worth that investment. What if this course doesn't work? What if this isn't right? What if this is a scam and I just end up wasting that money? All them thought patterns are coming from your persona. All them thought patterns are coming from a lack mentality. And really, when you're diving into a wealth opportunity, you are saying, this is opening so many doors. This is leveling me up to the next stage. This is bringing so many things into my life. And I cannot wait to sign up. I know this is going to be amazing. And it's a total different mindset shift. But often it takes that faith because you're not there yet. And I completely understand that. I've been there and invested so much over the last few years, and it is scary. Like, literally, the money that I have spent is scary when you're in that lack mindset. It is scary when you're in that place thinking, I don't even know where the money's going to come, but I've just done my pendulum and I've just done my cards and they're all telling me to go for it. I don't know what's happening here. And I bet you've all done that. I've definitely done that. I'm literally with my pendulum. Should I take this course or not? Yes, no, maybe. And I'm there, I do it too, because the lack creeps in, the worry creeps in, and you are constantly thinking, is this really for me? Because when we let that persona take over, the persona is telling you, no, don't leave, don't change, don't stretch, don't grow. So when you get that pang of fear and your persona kicks in telling you no, actually that is a massive, massive step to say, hell yes, this is me aligning with my divine source energy. This is me aligning to my true self, because if it wasn't, the fear wouldn't be there. The fear would not creep in, the lack would not creep in if you were not getting the best by stretching. And that is the sign. And this is why we've got to learn to dance with the fear, not be scared of the fear. Let me check the comments, because I've noticed I'm talking. I get so excited about this subject because, honestly, to give you a bit of background on where I was with my money stories, like, I was in a debt management plan, literally 50k worth of debt on a debt management plan, really, really struggling my ass off, to the point where some weeks I didn't know where we were getting food from. Some weeks I didn't know how we were going to make the rent, or, everything was just an absolute mess when I was in the middle of my marriage. And it was really, really hard. It was a massive struggle. And I just didn't see a way out. I didn't see how money could ever get any better. I didn't see how I was going to change anything. And literally, it took me to change from the inside out. The situation of the money didn't change externally for me. I had to change that internally. And that's why I am so passionate about this, because I've gone from that place to where I am now, to knowing, like, my abundance mindset is incredible. I manifested £8,000 just before Christmas by just saying, wouldn't it be nice if? Wouldn't it be nice if? And because I knew it was coming, it just showed up. I've told you about the car story. I manifested a 10 grand pay rise in work really, really quickly within a short space of time. And it has just come from changing. I look back at where I was, and I used to sit and manifest and think of the money I could have. And I didn't realise then that that's what I was doing. I would get my paycheck every month and I would imagine, what if it had £1,000 more on it? And I would think of all the things I would be doing with it. I wouldn't be thinking, I don't have that now, so this is all the things I can't do. I would sit there and I would get my paycheck and I would be like, all the amazing things I could do with another £1,000, and I would have them running through and I'd be visualising it and I would see it there. And I didn't even know I was manifesting. I didn't even know that's what I was doing. but I naturally knew to do it and get myself to that point where I got out of that state. So that's where I was, and where I am now is just a million miles difference. And I'm not, throwing figures at you to show off or anything like that, because that'll trigger some people. I'll be like, who are you being a bit crass talking about money? Money is money. Money is energy, and we are allowed to talk about it. We are going to be talking about it, and it's okay to talk about it. So, we've got to park all of that shame, all of that guilt, all of that crappy energy that we apply to money, because money is an absolute godsend. Money allows you freedom. It allows you to give to charity. It allows you to help people around you. Imagine what it would do for your family. Imagine what it would do for your life, and how much of a better person, because it's an extension of you, how much of a better person you could be by giving and helping not only your money, but your time and your energy to different causes and things that you're passionate about. And it will give you that freedom. So let's not be shaming it in any way, shape or form, because it is an absolute godsend, and we need to be so grateful and thankful for everything it does for us. Right, let me catch up on, I'm very ranty tonight, sorry about this, but let me catch up on comments. So, and I'll take a breath. Christina will be like, she's going fast again, she's going fast. So, let's see what you've all said. Some of the best decisions you've made, Casey, that's amazing. Hi, Rhonda. I manifested, oh yes, Christina, this was amazing. She manifested a direct flight to France and got the place where I didn't even think of the money for it. That's amazing. You'll have to put a bit more detail in there. That would be so good to share. But just think of this irony piece, because it is so ironic that to be able to start shifting your mindset from this lack state to this abundant state and into this wealth, you need to have a bit of faith. You need to first of all get yourself to that state where you believe, then the results show up. And this is what we talk about in manifesting as surrender. Really letting go of the how, really letting go of the outcome, but just knowing the outcome is going to be so good, knowing that it's going to bring you so much. And it is a really difficult thing to do, because we have been trained to look for the how. Rachel on roller skates, yes. Sorry, Christina, I'll slow down. But we are trained to look for the how, but you've got to just see what Jen said. I can be a better person because I have more money. Yes, Jen. And you know what, as well, when I don't know whether you heard this, but I give a bit of my backstory, and I was literally 50 grand in debt on debt management plans, up to my eyeballs in it in the past, to where I am now is just incredible. And literally, when I was that person, I was horrible. I was not nice. I was stressed. I was angry. I was bitter at the world. I was not a nice person. I tried to be positive, but I had so much stress and weight on my shoulders. It was exhausting. It felt choking. And then looking who I am now, that just feels supported and loved and knows that the money's always there for me. And even I can see back then how the money was always there for me. I just couldn't see it. And now I am so giving. I am so loving. I don't have my barriers up like I used to have. I'm not this guarded person. And even just that has made me a better person. And that weight being lifted and that freedom and that flowing energy creates a whole new way of being, and allows you to bring that to everyone you touch. Literally everyone you touch. You guys wouldn't have wanted me coming on a live back then. It would have been woe is me, life's a pity party, all of that stuff. And now, I love this stuff. I am giving to so many people just from being in a completely different vibrational state. And it is so, so good to feel that energy. But it takes that bit of shift and that bit of faith to go, actually, I can step into that version of me. And what you do as well, when you step into that version, you see more opportunities. It's like anybody says, once you step away and lift up out of a situation, you see so clearly. You see more opportunities. You see more ways that things can come to you and attract to you. Whereas when we're in this lack mindset and we're down here and we're always looking up at what we wish we could have, you're always looking up. You're never going to see the full picture. You're never going to see the full story. But you're never going to get the ladder to get up there without giving it to yourself. You've got to give it internally. You've got to shift your mindset to abundance internally. Even if you're at that point where you're like, I really want it and I'm just going to have blind faith that it's going to happen and I'm going for it. That says to the universe, yes, she is ready for more. She is ready for more money. Let's show that works. Let's bring that up. And it is a massive yes to yourself. So I hope that helps explain the difference. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Like I said, the replay is live. It's in YouTube, so go and check it out. I'm sure Christina will pop some links in. But it talks about how you lean into your desires. And what happens when we're thinking of the desires and the things that we want. Often when we're in the lack mindset, we cap them. We think, well, I'll have this because this is what I can afford, or this is what I think I can do, or this is what I can work with within this remit because I've got this cap on me that I think is there. Whereas actually what your divine energy wants you to do is think about what do you desire? Not what this thing is that you don't really want. What do you desire? Because once you see what you actually desire, which is up here, and you feel into that energy, you are instantly being lifted up and the inspired action comes to get you there. You might not understand the inspired action at first, but it works you through the steps so that you get there. But the universe knows you don't really want this thing. It knows you're only asking for that because it's what you think you can afford or what you think you should be doing. And this is when we get the out of alignment feeling. This is when we get that imbalance between really what we want, because we always end up with that niggle. We always end up with that bit that's missing. And that niggle is the step between where you are and where you want to be, who you want to be. That's what the niggle is. Your niggle is your inner self, your higher self going, this isn't right. It's not right. Stop playing small. Stop going for this crap thing over here when you're meant to be up here shining your light brightly. Stop playing small down here. That's what the niggle is. It feels numb. It feels crap. It feels like, why is this niggle always here? I'm doing all the right things. But it's never going to go away until you go, what is it I really want? Not with the limits of money, not with the limits of what I think I'm qualified for or what I think I'm worthy of. What is it you want? Then all the other stuff gets you there. And it comes so much easier when you dive into that. So I've done that this week. I had a money goal, which I had been working on because you do what you think is right. So you listen to all these people who you listen to and you go on courses and you hear all this stuff. And it's kind of like, I could never get this big dream out my head. I always had my big vision. I always had that place. But then I was kind of told, well, where's your 3 to 5 year plan? Where's that at? And I was like, well, I suppose if I looked logical, then that would be like here. So I was always kind of looking here and always thinking, well, this is my next step. But because it wasn't aligned with where I was going, because where I'm going is up here, it just felt off. And until I realised that actually because I'm not aligned with that desire, and that isn't what I want is here, and it's only my persona that's telling me that might take 3 to 5 years. And that's based on what somebody else has done, not what I can do. So it's my desires here. And actually, what's to stop that happening in a year? What's to stop that happening in 6 months? I don't know the how. So why would I put a 3 to 5 year plan in when really my desire's here? And if I aim for this, I could get it even shorter time. So think about what desires you're putting on yourself, and are you holding yourself back? Because even I was doing that, and I was like, but it seemed sensible. It seemed like the thing that you do as an entrepreneur. You know, everybody says it's hard at first, and then you've got to build up and you've got to do this. And I'm like, but hell no, I want this. My gut's saying I want this. My niggle's saying I want this. So why am I aiming down here? Let's jump. Let's jump to the desires and get the inspired action. And this bit will come on the way, and that's fine. But this is where I'm going, not here. So think about, where is it you're going, and who do you need to be that person? Who do you need to become to be that person? Because that's the shift that we need to make. That's the change that we need to adopt and have in our life. It's not about what can you do with your limited sources now, because they can change. They can change instantly. They literally can move instantly. So when I was on this journey and I'm trying to give you stories to show you how much this happens. So please let me know if these resonate or help. And when I first started and I was stuck in a job and I was thinking where I wanted to go, I literally got to that point where I was like, right, I want to be a life coach. And why am I sat here stuck waiting for opportunities in this job when I want to be a life coach? And that was it. I decided, and I was like, right, that's what I want. So then I seen a course, and a course was to book on for a 2-day free program. So I did that, booked that on. That was brilliant. Next thing on the jobs board at work, come this job opportunity for a full-time coach. So I put in for that job thinking, yeah, amazing, full-time coaching, doing what I want. It sounded perfect, exactly in line with what I'm doing now. So I applied for that. I got the interview. I went for my free 2-day course, which was there, but the interview, so that was a Tuesday and Wednesday. The interview was on the Friday, and I was thinking, God, this is a rush. I've got to do a presentation and a role play and an interview in that session, and I'm like going down to Manchester for this 2-day course. What the hell am I thinking? But I'm like, no, it's all working out. It's getting me to where I want to be. This is all just getting me to where I want to go in my own business. And I got down to the 2-day course. Brilliant. I was doing exercises. I was doing role plays. And the role play in the 2-day course was 10-minute coaching sessions using the GROW model. Then I moved into my interview where the role play was a 10-minute coaching session using the GROW model. So literally, once you decide something, the energy and everything aligns. Within a month, I had a way to create my business and also a way to do what I love doing in my own job at work as well. And it just all aligns and falls into place once you decide that you are worthy and you are ready for it. So think about how you're doing that. Now, I'm going to jump off because I've overrun tonight. But any questions or anyone watching the replay, please let me know, pop a comment in, and I will go back and look over them again. But thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been amazing, and I hope this helps you step into who you are becoming and think about how you can jump into that leap of faith, I can't get my words out, and step into that abundant mindset. All right, I will catch you all soon. Bye.